She's accusing him of sexual harassment, and she's saying that he then orchestrated along with his PR people. No one in the media thought Justin Baldoni was behind a smear campaign against her. This was like a very shocking filing. It was
Candace Owens has just exposed Blake Lively for running a calculated smear campaign against Justin Baldoni. With Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds allegedly in on the drama, Owens' claims paint a picture of manipulation, power plays, and secrets beneath the surface of celebrity perfection. As the legal battle unfolds, Owens is pulling no punches, promising receipts that could shatter Hollywood's most pristine facades. The feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has become one of the most talked about controversies in Hollywood, thanks in part to Candace Owens' explosive commentary. At the center of this firestorm is Baldoni's massive $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, accusing the publication of promissory fraud and alleging a coordinated smear campaign against him.
A man being fully castrated by a woman who is using toxic feminism to get what she wants.
According to Owens, this campaign wasn't just a media hit piece, but a meticulously planned operation spearheaded by Blake Lively herself, with none other than Taylor Swift backing her up.
That's it. This image has text messages. It's got these emails. Blake Lively, the victim, had not yet filed yet in California. So graphic designer, I don't care about who your source is. I just want to know when you did your job.
Owens' claims have sent shockwaves across social media and beyond, with many questioning how deep these allegations might go. She argues that Lively and Swift used their extensive connections, including top journalists like Ronan Farrow and Megan Twohey, to amplify accusations against Baldoni. If true, this paints a disturbing picture of celebrity influence being weaponized to shape public narratives.
Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person. Okay?
But why does Owens' take hold so much weight in this drama? It's because she pulls no punches, delivering sharp observations and teasing the kind of insider details that make Hollywood's glitzy facade crumble. For those tuning in expecting a one-sided commentary, think again. Owens doesn't just stop at the lawsuit or the alleged smear tactic.
She claims he sexual harassed her, and then by the time they premiered the movie, they weren't even speaking to each other. She made him stay in the basement, and Ryan Reynolds turned on him too. And then she claimed that he unleashed a bad PR campaign against her.
She takes aim directly at Blake Lively's carefully crafted image. On the surface, Lively is seen as a darling of the industry, charming, talented, and married to Hollywood's favorite funny guy, Ryan Reynolds.
All right, you guys, it is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni Day. Finally, to all of the women out there that are watching, no matter what you do in life, you never, ever, ever go full Amber Heard. The conclusion here, I have said this since before, long before this ever broke out between her and Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person, okay? And that's largely due to the fact that she is a modern feminist, and so she has to create struggle where there just isn't any.
But Owens claims there's another side to her, a side most people would never associate with the red carpet queen.
She has a track record of being difficult to work with, from Armie Hammer, who got fired from Gossip Girl because he said during a dinner that she was a bitch.
Owens recounts a story from her own experience as an intern at Glamour magazine. Back then, an editor reportedly told her that Blake Lively was the rudest person they had ever worked with. This anecdote directly clashes with Lively's public persona and raises questions about how much of her image is real and how much is a product of savvy PR.
Watching Brian Friedman, you got to get this graphic designer understanding. You ask one question: when did you create this image?
The controversy doesn't end there. Lively's legal maneuvers during this case have added fuel to the fire. She's repeatedly attempted to impose gag orders on Baldoni and his powerhouse attorney, Brian Friedman, in what Owens suggests is an effort to keep damaging secrets from surfacing. And while most would try to appear composed in court, Owens describes Lively's behavior as outright sassy, as if she's expecting her star power to carry her through.
Instantly started spinning. I believe that they are going to be able to prove in court that this was personal Ryan Reynolds versus Justin Baldoni.
The contrast between Lively's outward persona and these claims of manipulation is what makes this case so riveting. It's not just a legal battle, it's a fight for public perception. And with names like Taylor Swift and high-profile journalists tied into the narrative, this feud is turning into a spectacle that's impossible to ignore.
It's Taylor Swift. He feels there's an implicit threat here. Like, this is a dragon that can kill you. So be very careful. Here's my pet dragon.
The involvement of Taylor Swift in the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni legal feud has added another layer of intrigue to an already complex story. Candace Owens has boldly claimed that Swift played a pivotal role in helping Lively orchestrate a smear campaign against Baldoni. Swift, known for her unmatched influence in media and PR, is alleged to have used her star power to amplify accusations against Baldoni.
Terrified of Taylor Swift. He was terrified of Taylor Swift. You don't want to go up against Taylor Swift when you are a guy, okay? Because she can ruin you. She can literally ruin you. She has these fans who hang on every single word that she sings.
According to Owens, Swift's involvement extended beyond moral support. She reportedly worked alongside Lively to leverage connections with prominent journalists like Ronan Farrow and Megan Twohey. Ronan Farrow and Megan Twohey are no strangers to tackling high-profile cases, but their alleged involvement in this controversy has raised eyebrows. Owens suggests that Lively and Swift approached these journalists to produce a damning article that would paint Baldoni in a negative light. The resulting piece, published by the New York Times in December 2024, came just as Baldoni's career was reaching new heights.
You named it Smear Baldoni? Do you guys remember what the article was actually entitled that they actually released on 12/21? I'm showing you, "We can bury anyone inside a Hollywood smear machine."
Critics argue that the timing of the article suggests a calculated move designed to damage Baldoni's reputation irreparably. Owens questions whether Swift's actions were driven by blind loyalty to her best friend or a strategic power play to showcase her influence in Hollywood.
Blake Lively, it appears to me, completely lied about that critical scene in which she involved Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds, her dragon, she's Khaleesi, because she really wanted her vision to be included in this.
But Taylor Swift isn't the only celebrity whose role in this drama has drawn attention. Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively's husband, has also found himself in the spotlight. Candace Owens paints Reynolds as a behind-the-scenes manipulator, working with Lively to control the narrative and shape public opinion against Baldoni. Owens has even cited an alleged message from Reynolds' childhood teacher, describing him as deceitful and suggesting that this trait has carried over into his adult life.
So in Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, he accuses Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively of colluding with the New York Times. And I think explicitly it says for months that they were plotting with the New York Times for months to smear him.
Amid this web of accusations and counterclaims, Justin Baldoni has taken a stand with his $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times. Baldoni alleges that the publication engaged in promissory fraud by publishing an article based on Lively's claims without proper vetting. According to Owens, Baldoni's case is fortified by evidence that suggests Lively not only colluded with journalists, but also bullied her way through the process to get the article published.
She reportedly is claiming that she doesn't want Brian Friedman to depose her because of unspecified statements that he's made about her.
Key to Baldoni's legal counterstrike is his attorney, Brian Friedman, who Owens has likened to a boss-level video game villain. While Baldoni's public persona is that of a laid-back and approachable figure in Hollywood, his legal team's aggressive tactics suggest a different story. Friedman, in particular, has become a focal point of the controversy, with Lively's camp portraying him as a threat. Owens, however, sees Friedman as a relentless advocate for Baldoni, someone who is unearthing the secrets Lively is desperate to keep hidden.
Ryan, again, as I said, seems very obvious to me that Ryan is the hand behind everything that is happening here. Justin Baldoni, he is playing a fake alpha.
So what exactly is Blake Lively and Ryan trying to conceal? Owens has pointed to Lively's repeated attempts to avoid depositions, citing everything from scheduling conflicts to claims of intimidation.
What a manipulative, lying little twerp she is. I cannot stand her for this.
And now, the big question on everyone's mind, what happens next? Because this isn't just going to quietly fizzle out over kombucha and apologies. Nope, the stakes are sky high and the drama is only getting juicier as we inch closer to that courtroom showdown. Blake Lively has a couple of options, and none of them look particularly fun. She could settle out of court, which might spare her from more damning revelations, but could also look like an admission of guilt. Or she could dig her heels in, march into that courtroom, and risk having her secrets aired out for the world to see. Owens seems to think the latter is inevitable, and let's be honest, doesn't that sound like the kind of scandal that Hollywood thrives on?
Justin Baldoni may have a very strong case against the New York Times. You're not going to believe this, okay? This pertains to data.
Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni's team, led by Brian Friedman, isn't exactly playing nice. Owens has hinted that they've got a pile of receipts just waiting to be unveiled. We're talking text messages, documents, and who knows what else. Stuff that could flip the narrative entirely. If Friedman's as aggressive as Owens says, Lively's PR dream team might have their work cut out for them.
I have not seen a case so open and shut in my life, and the more that I read and the more details that I get into, I'm just shocked at how many lies were told, okay? This is about that narrative that I think they instantly started spinning. I believe that they are going to be able to prove in court.
But here's the twist. Aggressive tactics can sometimes backfire. Could Baldoni's camp go too far and lose public sympathy? Or will they finally pull back the curtain on Hollywood's carefully guarded secrets? Either way, the fallout is bound to be massive. One thing's for sure, this case is bigger than just Lively or Baldoni. It's a battle of narratives, a test of media influence, and maybe even a glimpse into how Hollywood's power dynamics are shifting. And as Owens would say, stay tuned, because this show isn't over yet. What's more here on the internet for this legal war? Like this video and hit subscribe so you won't miss any information.